Great. I ran into some technical difficulties trying to get this to start, but I think I got it. Okay. Great. Let me just open up this tutorial. See where I've been. Most of the magic is happening in the view visualization. Which requires another program. So let me bring this up. I think I might know what was happening with the camera offset as well. Oh yeah, I spent some time optimizing this so that it's always displaying the view matrix. Hopefully that'll make... Whoa. So hopefully that should be a little clearer. I think what I'll do probably... For now, I'm just gonna have like view, maybe the color this view, then have view matrix equals this, and then just always display that. And maybe I'll do the same thing with the model matrix. Oh yeah, I wrote a lot of code to make this go relatively fast. Okay, so let me... Oh, and I changed my key binding, so I'm gonna be slow for a while. So here's OpenGL text. Let me see. What would be the easiest way to color this blue? It could be possible. Hey, these colors look a little nicer. It might be possible to use text to color or whatever. But there's a decent chance that won't work. I mean, this says you can just use span, so let me see that. Span FG color equals whatever. Well, it didn't like that very much. I just set this to red at first. And that did not work. Okay. Now this is markup text. So with the regular text, like this, text color equals red. But I want that for specific. Like a little T to C. Okay. Let's try this. One view, I'll try to set to red. And that didn't work either. Interesting. Well, guess I'm going to try to index that manually. Oh, wait, next to T to C indices. Yeah, I guess that just didn't work. Okay, let's don't know how many characters this is. I'll just do like 40 to 45, I guess. And I guess I'll just have to just keep slowly updating that. Let's go 70, 75. Hundred, 105. Another 10. Another 10. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 back. Like so. Close. Okay, so now managed to color that blue or red. Let's change that to blue. I'm gonna shrink down the matrix. Oh, this is kind of too big now. Here's that matrix. Edge to fix. Let's do this dot scale by like half. Put that there. No. Damn. Okay, let me go back to... Oh, whoops, wasn't trying to do that. Yeah, my keybinds are new, so work with me. Okay. So I rewrote a lot of this to go faster than it normally would because this was rendering these updated entries was taking a long time. I think what I want to do now is scale these, which are probably being scaled before. Most of this code was just taken from the decimal matrix code. Blake 4096, what's going on? And I cannot find the decimal matrix at all. Are you on Linux? Yes. I'm running Arch right now. Somewhere here. Maybe it's class matrix? Where I think it'll have a set value. Nope. Oh no, it's from decimal number. Yeah, Linux is really good. Oh man, I messed that up. But yeah, Linux is really good. You should use it. So I gotta do decimal number, which I also can't find for some reason. Wait, am I doing this wrong? There we go. this. Then I go to set value. This is what I was looking for. Okay, and this will scale it here. So here somewhere. Okay. So this is... Oh, I don't have the color column. I updated my Vim configuration, so stuff's kind of jank right now. Anyway, so I'll take this new decimal. This is the decimal that was just created. I'm going to scale it like here. That scale, I guess, to the old mobject indexed at -1 dot height. So divide out the new decimal's height and then scale in the new one's height, maybe? Sorry about that. Looking for a rapid and complete distribution, but I don't know what to choose. It's going to depend some on how comfortable you are with fixing things. A lot, potentially. Next doesn't have more desktop space and support by serious corporations with school government applications. Yeah, that is true. It's gotten... like, it's a lot better than it used to be. You don't have to do, like, crazy stuff to run Linux anymore. That worked. If you haven't used Linux before, I'd recommend just going with Ubuntu. It's a very good, if I could spell it, that's a really good customer-centric distro. And it's really easy to use and set up. So I recommend that. Okay, so now I'm gonna do... no problem. Camera frame dot add projection matrix. Okay, so that's adding the projection matrix. Let me put you label. I recommend Pop! OS, which is not far from Ubuntu, has a few quality of life improvements. I don't totally know the difference between the two. But I've heard good things about Pop! OS as well. Ubuntu is a good place to start, yeah. Actually, let me just OpenGL view matrix equals. Then I'll just add it like this. Daryl Golden, what's going on? Okay, so that worked. What I'm gonna want to do is scale this down. I'll scale it by half. And then... oh wait, I won't want to scale it like this, will I? I guess it won't matter. Hold on. What I might want to do is... very close, but... wait, let me try actually read this. They're very close, but Pop! OS has a tiling window manager. That's pretty nice. Use the LTS Linux kernel by default and has its own distributions of CUDA, TensorFlow, and PyTorch that are one command installs instead of fighting with it for an afternoon. Gotcha. Yeah, that seems pretty nice. If you're getting into like any technical to computing, then it sounds like it'd be pretty nice to have CUDA and PyTorch set up by default. My Linux journey was a lot of just, like, I started with Ubuntu, and that was just the easy thing to start. It's like, why am I installing all this extra stuff with Ubuntu? I should just be using Debian. And so then I started installing Debian on servers. Then it's like, you know, Debian doesn't have enough GUI stuff. Let me try Linux Mint for my desktop. And I loved Linux Mint for some reason. It doesn't do much different from Ubuntu, but I just really liked it for some reason. And I learned a bunch of stuff on this. I did use Gentoo for a little bit, which I don't recommend. It was an enormous mistake. And eventually I settled on like Arch. So that was an experience. Okay, so let me try to scale this by multiplying its model matrix, which I don't even remember how to do. And eventually, I wasn't trying to do that. Eventually I'm gonna want to have better APIs for doing this. It's kind of too slow to multiply model matrices like this. Projection matrix, model matrix, just scale matrix times itself. Is that it? Did I mess something up? Need a backslash here. Doing something wrong. Expected close parentheses. Oh, this has an extra add. Okay, so same effect, but this is being done with model matrices, and it's doing the same thing. Fun fact about this, I don't know if I showed this. This is done, or all of this text exists in 3D space. And since this matrix is updating the view matrix, which encodes the camera's data, it updates as I move the camera. Like, even when the camera's like this, it only updates when I move this camera. Which is pretty neat. Anyway. So I scaled that. Now what I'll do... I think I'm gonna actually try to add this to an object 3D. Let's see. Let me try doing this. Then I'll add this. Hold on, when I add it here, view matrix object equals this. Then I'll do this. Add projection matrix. I don't remember if I did the model matrix stuff on stream or not, but I gave all the vectorized objects a model matrix, which is the only reason I can make this text stationary. Well, it's probably possible to do it manually. But I'll add this to that. Add this. Then I want to add... Okay, there's a positive probability this doesn't work. Update parent. .add view matrix obj. View matrix obj .add projection matrix. Okay, this is an object 3D. I think this doesn't need the update parent. I think. Hopefully. Object 3D has no attribute parents. Okay, this I have to fix. I'm going to bring this back to where it worked. Which is here. And it looks like the problem here is that if I have an object 3D like this one, I try to add something to it, then that doesn't work. So I do like S. It's a random OpenGL square and I try to add that. Dot add S. Then this fails? No, that worked. It's from adding it to the camera frame. Because the object 3D has no attribute parents. Weird. Or is it that weird? An object 3D is basically a coordinate space. So here's add. Here's where I add with it. Does this have a parent? It does. OpenGL object 401. Aquabeam, what's going on? Yeah, it has been a while. Not for any real reason, I don't think. I just had to take a break, I guess. I really want to get like something totally finished and presentable. So I might end up working a lot over the weekend to get this running. Yeah. Or at least before the next Manim release. Okay, so I think what's happening is the camera frame is a V group, OpenGL V group. Then when I try to add that, it's going to try to update the parents of the thing being added. Yeah. Thanks. However, an object 3D doesn't have parents, it only has a singular parent, so this needs an additional check. So, object. Like OpenGL object. LF. It's an object 3D. And its parent equals self. I suspect this won't be enough. Like somewhere where it's resolving. Actually, I'm almost certain this won't be enough. Isn't there a function called hierarchical model matrix? An OpenGL object. Model matrices is the self model matrix. It's gonna keep looking for current object dot parent dot model matrix. No, I think this is okay. But... no. Where was I? I lost the place where I was before. It was in add, right? Oh, this is parents. Okay, none of this matters. Because parents is a construct Grant made. What I wanted is here. Here with the OpenGL object, then at 0.parent. Wait. Wait. So this parent singular happened successfully. Parents, which is a construct Grant wrote in, didn't work. So I think I can just do this only if it's an OpenGL object. Like so. Let's try that. Nothing crashed. Now to do camera frame. Add s. Guess that worked. If I were to add the square. It isn't added to the camera frame though. That doesn't work. Contains redundant information. True. Anyway, I can tell this didn't work because the square was added around the origin instead of added in front of the camera. But honestly, I think even this might be a step in the wrong direction. Why don't I just make this an OpenGL V group? Then I can add the square. Then I could do... have the square, have the V group, then do this, add the square, camera frame, add the view matrix object, and then self-add the view matrix object. It still didn't work. Oh wait, I have to do update equals update parent. That still didn't work. Oh, this needs update parent equals true too. Okay, now it worked. The square exists in front of the camera. Another weird thing about the fill shaders is you can't see, even if the opacity is 0, you can't see meshes, at least the default mesh, through the vectorized object. That's a bug I'll have to fix, but not right now. Anyway, this worked. Which means I can replace this with a view label like that. Okay, so now it says view matrix here. Then I have to scale this. I think I completely got rid of one of my splitting shortcuts. Darn. Hold on. You have to do some technical difficulties. OpenGL surface can inherit OpenGL Vim object. I think it can't. I guess I have to look in the code a little bit more, but I don't think it can. Lua, key mappings. Where's my splitting stuff? That's space S. The split and V split? Okay. Guess I can get used to that. Oh wait, and there's another thing I wanted to change. This is the drawback of having a complicated Vim setup. Sometimes stuff doesn't do what you expect it to do. This I don't want. Let me just close that, run this again. But let me look at that more. OpenGL surface. Manim pull 1775. I haven't been following the GitHub probably as closely as I should have been. From OpenGL Vim object. So the question is basically whether all the functions that exist for Vim objects can be used for surfaces. UV func init points. Well, this does actually have a points array. Compute triangle indices. Cenobyte offset. Thanks a ton. Let's see. Oh, for create. Create on OpenGL service as the following. Construct and a basic stop. Oh. Wait, this animation only works on vectorized objects. Did this work before? Okay. I guess as long as this doesn't crash, I don't see why we can't do it. I haven't used grants objects very much. But my intuition is that this would work actually, because we tried really hard to make the Manim paradigm compatible with the OpenGL stuff. And it inherits from OpenGL object already. Well, like, yeah, things like set stroke and set fill wouldn't make sense. So that probably wouldn't work. Mod.data at stroke width. Does this have data? I guess it has to. Set stroke, set fill. Maybe set style will work. Get style, match, set color, fade. Yeah, and things like add curve to also wouldn't make sense. So I don't think it makes sense for it to inherit from an OpenGL Vim object. However, I think it can just be added here. What does this change to? Yeah, it's just added. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. I don't know. It is because of... is this not an OpenGL Vim object because its points are used differently? Yes. Wait, this is the complete right answer. It is. If OpenGL service with OpenGL Vim object create would already work. Given that OpenGL service explicitly says that shaders are used for it, I'm not sure why it wouldn't just inherit from OpenGL Vim object. Is there any argument that speaks against it? Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll actually respond to one of these for once. Some of the methods that are specific to OpenGL Vim objects don't make sense for OpenGL surface is. For example, add Bezier curve 2 doesn't make sense on an OpenGL surface. I'm gonna make these all code just because why not? Although actually, I think the S shouldn't be code. Great, okay. Was this approved though? I'll approve it. Maybe I should test it for... Yeah, I'll just approve it. Don't tell anyone. Okay. Rigorous reviewing. Well, I mean, okay. First of all, it does work. It's a very small change, and yeah. You guys should do that with my PRs. Okay. Okay, so here's the object. Okay, so now what I want to do... There's the label. Then adding that to the view matrix object. How does one even unit test these things? Unit testing that would be kind of hard. Well, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if we add more of the testing infrastructure for OpenGL, but right now we don't, so that would be a little difficult. Okay, so I'm gonna add the projection matrix to this object instead. Let's see if that does the same thing. Without crying, indeed. Okay, so this is good. Now... Can I say projection matrix and the view label? Then I just add the view matrix object. It should be possible to multiply this thing's model matrix. And I'll translate that. -1. Okay, great. So that's working. I think I want to scale it and then translate it. I should replace the scale factor with just factor. But one thing at a time, I guess. Okay, so I'll make this negative 2.5. Nope. Negative 2.7. Yeah, I think that's good. And now it should be possible to shift the view matrix object this. I'll do x equals 2.7, I guess. And that is too far. Also, did shifting it make it smaller? Oh, I multiplied by the wrong thing. Great. So y equals 1, I guess. One of the drawbacks of shifting things with model matrices like this is that there are no APIs for things. I can't just say like to edge, because this edge, Manim doesn't have a conception of what this edge is. This edge is like a line that's always moving. So I have to do this. Okay, so I'll do 3.2. Great, that's actually perfect. Now I'm gonna color this whole thing blue, which I don't believe will work for a second. But I want to do like fill color or something. Okay, that didn't work. And again, I don't even know if it was supposed to work. This might work. Okay, so that worked. And then this, I guess I'll do color equals blue. Is it fill color? Which I also don't know if it'll work because the objects are always updating. Well, I guess it didn't work. Okay. Maybe what I can do is at the end of this updater, do mob.set color. And maybe that'll set it for all of them. Oh, I guess that's not how you use it. And it might have crashed my... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I have no idea how this style thing... Is it like set style? Let's try that. Fill color. Those will call self.setFill. Which does set RGB array. And this has a recurse boolean by default, so I think there's a decent chance this will work. Great, so that worked. Okay. Alright, that's actually great. Just about everything I wanted from this scene, I think. Because it shows the entire shader. There's a color coordination between view and the view matrix. Maybe what I want to do... One more thing I can do is rotate the mesh and then also show the model matrix of the mesh. And then it'll, you know, show how these are both varying. It would also be nice to have a way to... I should have a way to make this stop moving. Oh, somewhat related. No, I shouldn't have quit that. I think I figured out the reason the camera's lighting was off. And this, look at... the rotation matrix. I'm updating the rotation matrix of the object. Okay, where is it? Here. But I'm not updating the rotation matrix of the normal matrix. Which is a problem. Although... yeah, that's fine. I think this might have problems later on with adding meshes to mobjects, but I can deal with that later on. Right now I just need, like, if camera, this instance camera a mesh, or an object 3D, no, a mesh, then I have to update its normal matrix. And like that. Wait, what's it complaining about? Oh. Okay, so here. And then the same thing here. Okay, try that again. And let's do pen 555. I can't tell if it's working or not. I think it is. Maybe. Hold on, I need to rotate this faster. The back of it, yeah, now it's pointing away from the light, I guess. And then here it's facing toward the light. Although the light should be like here-ish. I think it's... okay, I don't know if it's working now. Oh, the position is 0, 0, 0. So it is actually doing something I don't get. Well, actually, the front of the camera is always illuminated. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Like here, it's not. Dang, okay. Self.pointline instead append. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, put that back how it was. And here. Yeah, it's computing the relative position still. Okay, so it's still doing something I don't quite get. But that is a task for later on. Right now, I'm gonna check what else should be done for this, for the tutorial stuff. Let me just open another window. I forgot what the name of the program even was. Grip? Wait, did I move this? For like notes or something? Oh, I just put it here. Okay. Model matrices to OpenGL Fuma. I actually added this. And OpenGL decimal number added this too. Great. Start the pipeline. This. For just the very basics. That's good. I do still need to understand projection matrices better, probably. But this. I do have something with model matrix, actually, that example. I could make it better. The view matrix is this. Then a rotating triangle. I think I'll add that to this scene as well. Attributes, bearings, uniforms. Or maybe? I think I already have a model visualization here. So now what I need to do is combine this view visualization with this rotation, so that'll make it a lot clearer what it's doing. But I think the best way to do that would be to just have a button or something to make this start rotating and display the view matrix. I think that'd probably be the cleanest way. Which means I'm going to have to add a UI element. Like a button you can click so that I can make this rotate and stop rotating. And also the camera rotate and stop rotating. So I think what I'll do is copy them all from Grant. The key to success in creative work, by the way, is copying as much as you can. Just copy everything. And then if you're not seeing enough success, then you're not copying enough. Unironically. Okay, so these buttons are just ovals? Well, they're not ovals, they're like pills. So I'll try to make something like that. Let's just say button. Right now, just with OpenGL text. And I'll say pause camera. Add button. Update parent equals true, then I'll self.add that. Okay. I guess the font I'd want is like sans serif. I don't know if that'll work though. Okay, that worked. Now for that circle thing surrounding it. It's basically like two semicircles on either end and then lines connecting them. So I think I can make that. Call this button text. Like button border. And I'll just say like negative left, right for now. Then I'll have button. I'll add the button to the camera frame. Button.add text, update parent. And the border. Okay, let's see how this looks. And the line isn't there. Where did the line go? Weird. Button.add button border. Do I have to do something like stroke thickness? Stroke width equals 4. Let's make this something really visible. Yeah, this line is just not appearing. Why? I wonder if it's because it's turned in a certain way so that it's not facing the camera. But it doesn't look like that's what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna try not adding this to the button. Oh. I have to add it here. Maybe that's a oh, because the camera frame isn't added to the scene, so I have to add things manually whenever I add them to the camera frame. I think. Let me check that. Yeah, now that line's there. Maybe that's a bug. Maybe. I mean, the camera frame is an empty group. That might actually be something worth changing. Well, it doesn't necessarily make sense though. Because when I instantiate a camera, I can't always add its frame to the scene. I don't know, I have to think about that some more. Okay, but I'm going to get the height of... I don't actually get its height. I'll just translate it. According to whatever the default height is. Border bottle matrix. shift that by 1. That's a little too high. I actually will have to get the dimensions of this, now that I think of it. Grant has a bounding box method, but I don't know how much I trust it. Maybe I'm trying too hard, even. Okay, I'm gonna try using Grant's bounding box method. Wish me luck. I'm gonna say text bounding box. Button text. Get bounding box. And the bounding box is like 3 vectors. It's a bottom left corner, center, and upper right vector. So then we have 4 OpenGL lines. I'm gonna say this will be button top. And the distance left is going to be, we'll have to get the width. So that'll be the text bounding box at 0. We'll want to take it at 2. Then take the x coordinate of that minus this at 0. Also x coordinate. Just print that. And messed up my syntax. That's always good. Great. Oh, and I changed this to button top. I'll just totally ignore that. Okay, so 4. That makes... Is that 4? I actually don't know if that makes sense. Oh, and you know what it probably is? This width doesn't have any concept of model matrices. So it probably doesn't know that the text is actually this. And this is way smaller than 4. Darn. So now I need to know... Maybe I could have an API to get its width? Get the width of something transformed with model matrices? But that'd have to be width with respect to... its, like... coordinate space. Let me just try this. Left times text width divided by 2. And the same thing here. Don't know what I just did there. That saved kind of slow. Oh wait, that worked perfectly. Interesting. Okay, I won't complain. So I have that. Let me change the start and end points. I think with this I just won't worry about model matrices at all. I'll just say left times the width And then I'll get the height, and I'll do the same thing with the height. So here's the width, here's the height. So I'm gonna do plus. Next higher two. This also be down. Well, this is called top actually. Okay. Great, so that's flush against the top. And then just gonna do this for all of these. It's just down here. Oh, wait. I just thought of something that's gonna make this pretty difficult. Oh, wait, yeah, I can't do that. I'm updating their parents, I have to do these separately. I'm gonna have to find a way to tell, based on where your mouse is, if you're clicking on something. Also, why don't I see the button bottom here? Oh, I have to add that. And that could get complicated. Top, bottom, let me do the left. Let's just be like this. It's the right. Doesn't Pyglet have the ability to check for a mouse click? Yes, I think. What'll be difficult is telling what it's moused over. Because the only thing that it has is the location in XY space relative to the screen or whatever. Yeah, that's probably fine for a button if I just like fill that in. Oh wait, to fill this in, this has to be a single Vim object. Which is still fine, I think. Just more work. Because what I'll basically have to do save a scene like this is your wait. This is your screen. And you have some objects here. Then, and say your mouse is like here. Then I'll get the vector basically from this screen corner to here. And I guess I have the bounding box as well on objects. But these mobjects exist in 3D space, so this scene is a space like this. And I have a vector like on this front face basically. Actually, it's not even like that. Since it's a frustum, it's gonna be a scene like this. And I don't know how to draw the bottom of this, something like that. And I have like, I'll have here, this is a 3D space with like cubes or whatever. I actually have my tablet right now. And I have to like cast a ray from here to the back calculate a line from here to wherever the corresponding place is on the back. And that'll be this line in 3D space, and see if this intersects a mobject. Would I? No, I think what I'd probably end up doing is projecting all of the 3D mobjects. Projecting all of the 3D mobjects onto a triangle, but like in code, not through OpenGL. So that I'd be back to having them like this. But the projection that I do won't be a vector projection, because the front plane and the back plane will have different size. But they will have the same dimensions, which is good. Although yeah. What kind of projection would it be? Well, I think what I have to do is, if this was the front, if this is the front and this is the back, then I'll have to just take the ratio. Like, these would be the same dimensions. I didn't draw them that way. But I have to take the ratio of like how far this is and how far that is. Oh, wait. I don't know. It'll actually be tricky. Projecting those probably. Maybe I just have to multiply them by a projection matrix. Would that work? I think it should. Like, that's the point of a projection matrix. Model view and projection. I might actually have to just do the computation that OpenGL does on the CPU. There's gonna be some theory. Give me a sec. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? If you take 3D objects and you multiply them by a model and a view and a projection matrix, they're projected into a 1x1 cube like this. So maybe what I'm supposed to do is take some object in 3D space here, multiply this by a model view and projection matrix, then it'll be mapped into a 1x1 cube. Like that. Here's the object. And I can do this for every object in the scene, so if there are other 3D things, then those will be mapped as well. At this point, I can throw out the z coordinate. This doesn't have a concept of depth anymore. And I think at that point, I can see, like, okay, how far is this? How far is it this way? Out of 1? Because I assume this is 1. And then this will be x. Since this is a 1x1 cube. And then this would be y, also out of 1. And so this will map to somewhere on this cube, like this. Then I have to check this against the bounding boxes, the transformed bounding boxes of each of these, and see if there's an overlap. which kind of sounds like a disaster. It shouldn't be too bad though, as long as the model view and projection matrices are always the same. Well, like, it doesn't lose track of them or anything. Then maybe I can just rely on Grant's bounding box code. But man, that's gonna be kind of annoying. For now, I can make this entire border be just a single object. I think I have to put... I have to do this still. Wait, this shouldn't be origin though. This should be have to be left plus up. And yeah, in an array. Doing add a line 2. Basically this with a right. Right plus up. Then I'm gonna want right plus down. Want left plus down, then back to the start. Add button border here. Button border here. And if I'm lucky, this should... well, it is there. But the stroke width isn't high enough. I'll just have stroke width equals 8. Okay, then I'm gonna want some padding. I'll just call it self button. No, I won't call it self. I'll just have button padding. I'll do 0.5. Then everywhere there's width or height, why don't you just say padded width and padded height? I'll just call this padding. Padded width, padded height. And all of these. Replace that. Okay, maybe that'll just add the padding. Close. Oh, it didn't work for G. Didn't work for the heights. My saving takes so long now. Okay, so that worked. And if I edit this down a bit. Okay. Okay. I think now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do this nonsense. Yeah. So it shouldn't be much harder, I think, than getting the bounding boxes of each of these. multiplying those bounding boxes by model view and projection matrices. Throw out the z coordinate, so all of the bounding boxes will be in terms of x, y, from 0 to 1. And then just compute this from 0 to 1. I think that'll be all. Add button. Here's the button. I'm gonna translate the button. Let's do y equals -1, like so. Yeah, that's fine. I want like -3. Great. Then I want this to like change color when you mouse over it. Okay. But right now, I'm gonna do that with a different scene. I want to test it on a complicated scene like that one. Okay, I can test it on this. Although, I'd want to add another square that's stationary. What is core? Oh. Let's make this fill opacity 1. Great. So this should be an easy one. And these will be harder ones. So now, what I'm going to do is, can I print self dot? I don't even know the name of the variable. Right, for now I'm just going to print hi. That should be super easy. Nope, that still failed. Okay, guess I have to pass dt here. Okay, great. Is it like mouse? I guess it's mouse point. On mouse motion. If shift value, okay. Mouse point that, I guess, gets center. But it's a point, right? So shouldn't I, whatever, I'll just do this. So -7.1, this is -4 to 4. Okay. So that was easy. Now, the hard part. To do 4. I'll only deal with the stationary square first. Wasn't trying to do that. I should be able to print just like the center of this. Of course I can. But I don't want its center. I'm gonna want is its bounding box. Okay, so that's 3 points, and this is correct. -1, 1. The origin is the middle, then 1, 1. Okay. I mean, that's almost all I need, right? If I wasn't using any model matrices, I think that'd be enough. Oh no, it wouldn't. because this could be placed in 3D space. Would that matter though? Yeah. Yeah, that would matter actually. Because if I look at the frustum from the side, there could be like the front here, the back here. And if this is, the square is like here, and the mouse is like, I don't know, here, I would have to like project a line. I couldn't do this. So let's multiply that by all the matrices. Which I don't even know. Okay, so these are row vectors. To multiply by the model matrix, I think I'd have to right multiply. Let me try this. This at square 2 model matrix, I guess. And now I'm right multiplying it because it's a row vector. And that did not work. And actually that wouldn't work, because this expects homogeneous coordinates. So here's what I have to do. Get this. I'll call this inhomogeneous. And this will just be that. Maybe H stack. This with 1. Will that work? I actually don't know if that'll work. Yeah, it doesn't. It has 2 dimensions, and I guess it's going to say the other one has 1 dimension. So this needs to be a column vector. I wonder if this will work? I am not good enough at NumPy to be doing this. I'm just gonna put a breakpoint here. Oh man, my shortcuts aren't even here. IPDB, IPDB, context equals like 9. Let's try this. Okay, that's that. So I need to make this a column vector, I guess. Can I do like 3, 1, is it? Okay. Need a bounding box. 3, 1. Wait, why is that taking so long? What happened? mp.hstack. This. And mp.1 out in this. Okay, close that. Why is this just stopping? That's weird. what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna try doing this. I guess I needed another closed parentheses. That one has one dimension. Okay. Wait, there has to be an easy way to do this. This is way too difficult. Where? mp.append? None keeps n comma 1 shape. Why isn't this already two-dimensional though? Because I'm putting in the width and the height. Why? Still has one dimension. H-stack, my data new call. I know concatenate is too slow, and so you shouldn't use that pretty much unless you have to. How is this working? If in this example, A is two-dimensional, np.zeros presumably return something that's one-dimensional by default. Oh, I didn't have the comma here. What if I do this with a comma? It still doesn't work. It still says that index 1 has one dimension. Oh wait, it didn't save or something. Because here it still doesn't have the comma. Okay, now I think it worked. Great. Easy. Anyway, that works with homogeneous coordinates now. So now I don't know whether if it makes sense to just write multiply if you have a row matrix, so I'm just gonna transpose this so that it's vectors that like make sense. And they're all 4x4. This is a 4x3. Or 4 by n, so that should be fine. So let's say projected bounding box, and this should be. Wait, let me get the model. Is it square 2? What's the model matrix? View equals. I actually computed the view matrix for an earlier updater. I guess I'll do numpy. Is there like a get view matrix? There has to be. I mean, OpenGL renderer. Yeah, there is a get view matrix. So I want to do self camera get view matrix format equals false. That's formatting it for OpenGL. So it's model view the projection. I don't know if this has a get projection matrix. Well, I guess it does. Has the property. So now what I'm going to do is model times view times projection. So I think this is the transformed or the projected bounding box. Nope, that didn't work. If our operand 1 has a mismatch. Okay. Well, time to print those. Actually, I can just break here. It didn't even reach the... Oh. Oh, it didn't save in time. There. Let me print bounding box. Okay. Model. Okay, so that should work. That should work. Projection is formatted. So let me just do... Oh wait, the projection matrix doesn't even vary with the camera. I can just do... projection. I think I can just do this. And then format equals false. Man, saving takes a long time now. BT not access, that's true. You can do that. Oh, I removed that line. Projection, view, model. Does that look right? And it actually doesn't. Wait, X? Oh, it's like this. X, Y, Z, W, X, Y, Z, W, X, Y, Z, W. But it isn't into a 1 by 1 by 1 cube. Wait, do I have to do the perspective transform or whatever? I think I do. Perspective divide. This is getting into some theory right now. This perspective projection doesn't usually create the 3D effect. If I do something, we need to do something called perspective divide. Each coordinate in OpenGL actually has 4 components. The projection matrix sets things up so that after multiplying with the projection matrix, each coordinate's W will increase the further away the object is. OpenGL will then divide by W XYZ will be divided by W. The further away something is, the more it will be pulled toward the center of the screen. Imagine that we have perspective projected matrix that looks as follows. This will transform the coordinates as follows. After division by W, we get this. Wait, what? I mean, these aren't bounded but between -1 and 1 either. But I think that's what needs to be done here. Whatever, I'll just test it out. How would I do this? Just divide everything by, well, no. Divide each column by the value of the last thing in the column. Which I don't even know how to do that in NumPy. Maybe I can't. Okay, I got to break again. Oh, did it not save? Yeah. I got to look into that some more. So there's a rejected bounding box. If I do this and index it at -1, that's this. So maybe I can just do this divided by... I don't think this is gonna work. -1. No, it worked. I guess that worked. Okay. So then I'm gonna say this equals divide equals this at -1. Now if I print this, okay. So now, and here's the mouse point center. And I want to normalize that. Wait. Here I want to just throw out the last two rows. So project bounding box equals this. Move Z and W. Coordinates. I'm gonna say the projected bounding box equals itself. Only 0 and 1. Okay. Great. Then I'll transpose that. Wait, I didn't need to transpose it. Wait, yes I did. This is in 2 dimensions. The lower left, the middle, and the upper left, hopefully. So now with a mouse point, this mouse point is it's 3-dimensional. What I want to do is say like mouse location or like projected mouse location or something. It's gonna be this divided by, it's gonna be config at frame width, then config at frame height. And that should be a numpy array. And this, I'll take only the first two entries and see if that worked. Okay. It was 0, 0 the whole time, which I guess was right, but I have to vary that to see if it's working. Okay, so here it's all 0, 0s. Looks like it's going -half to +1/2. And the same thing in the y direction. Which isn't what I want. Because this is from -1 to 1. So I think I just multiply it all by 2. Okay. Okay, that goes from -1 to 1 now. And in the y direction. Great. So now I have to see if that point is contained in the bounding box. Actually, I'm going to print both of these. Okay, the mouse location and the bounding box. Put a new line. It looks like this is working. Yeah, it looks like this is doing what it's supposed to. Now I just have to find a way to tell if this point is inside this bounding box. Which I guess just means comparing the x and y coordinates. Is there no... Surely there's a space ops thing for like... is inside bounding box. Of course they're not. That'd be too easy. If projected bounding box at 0 at 0 less than or equal to projected mouse location at 0. And, okay, hold on. Did I just say X condition? Actually, in Python, you can do this, can't you? At 2 at 0. Here's the Y condition. Wait, did I mess this up? At 0 at 0? This is the X coordinate. And then 2 at 0. And then 0 at 1 is the Y point, and then 2 at 1. Okay. X condition, Y condition. Mouse over square. Okay. Okay, that looks like it's working. So now I need a way to do this that isn't like this. I have to basically factor this all out. View and projection matrix. Okay, so let me do this. Set style. Fill color equals yellow. That's pretty cool. Inhomogeneous, so basically for each object I want to do this with, I'll have to compute this and this. So this. The view matrix would be the same for all of them. And the projection matrix. Oh, that's factored out here. Okay, so I do for mob in square circle. Oh, no, I have to do the hierarchical model matrix. Let's do square circle, square 2. Let me just do this. And I know it right now it's only affecting square 2. To check it for these other ones. Wait, first of all, I should do that. This should be mob. All of these should be mob. Wait, why is it setting all of them? Oh, because these are only wait. All of these are the same bounding box. So I think what I have to do, if I'm lucky, I can just change this to hierarchical model matrix and that's it. Darn, that didn't work. Wait, did it? Who knows what happens if I move the screen like this? It works for that one, the moving ones. I don't totally know what's going on. Let's see, it's getting a bounding box. Adding this, getting the hierarchical model matrix. It's doing projection times view times model. Projecting that, checking both these conditions. Yeah, this seems like it should work for both of them. Or for all of them, but it's clearly only working for the one that isn't moving. Darn. Yeah. Dang. It's gonna probably take more debugging to figure out what's going wrong. It should just be this hierarchical thing, though. I'm gonna try doing this for only the square. This is the rotating square. If I print the projected bounding box, what is that? Actually, not the projected bounding box. What's just the normal bounding box? So the regular bounding box is never changing, which is fine because it's only updating through the model matrix. So here, where I print the projected, this is always changing. And it's switching from negative to positive about when I'd expect to. Okay, I wasn't trying to do that. I'll print it here. Then I'll print the mouse location, I guess. So here, the mouse is at basically 0.7. And I guess the square is just never going to that location. Weird. It'd be nice if I could put like dots at the locations where it was computing this. That'd be pretty helpful. Here's what I'll do. I won't rotate this. Won't do any of the rotation. And here it actually works. It's only when the rotation is involved that it starts doing something weird. Let me just do... If I rotate this manually. Right over 2. Wait, was it not mob? Was it chords or something? this doesn't work. Here, this is at like 0.1, 0.5? Positive 0.1? It's like somewhere around here, I think. Somewhere around here. Wait, that totally makes sense. Oh, I think I know what's happening. I think. This is supposed to be the lower left corner, but it's the lower right corner. And then this is supposed to be the upper right corner, but it's the upper left corner. So all the computations are correct, but computing this X condition and Y condition isn't right. And the reason for that is that these points don't have any sort of order necessarily. I don't know that this is the lower one and this is the higher one because of that rotation. So the new question is, if I'm given these 4 points, if I'm just given 4 points like potentially like this in a diamond shape, how can I tell if this point is inside of them? And I can't like assume one is smaller than the other. I think this probably has something to do with cross products. Like if I traverse this shape, then the cross product of like all of these vectors has the same sign. Here it's all, I guess, negative or whatever. But if this was outside the shape, if this point was here, then the cross product for this one, and this one all have the same sign. The cross product for this one has a different sign. Maybe that's true as long as it's... I know there are ways this isn't true. I think. No, definitely, right? If I had a really weird shape, if I had a shape like this, well, here cross products would have different signs. So I think I'd want to do here. Yeah, this cross product would have one sign since it's to the right of it. And this cross product, the cross product this, with the displacement vector, it'll have a different sign. I don't think this is that hard of a problem though. It's just like this. Maybe I can just like... No. Yeah, this is the problem. It's only axis aligned. I guess what I could always do is if it's diamond shaped, just do the same thing. Find the vector. Find like this vector and that vector. Then like project this onto the plane defined by these two vectors. And see if it's UV coordinates. So I'd have this vector. See if those are less than the lengths of the two sides. I feel like everything comes down to projecting something. What in the world? Point P, unknown coordinates. Founding coordinates, this. Get the coordinates of P, 3 measurements. Polar notation. Wait, what? Alright, I don't know what this person's doing. Why would you... This actually makes sense, I think. Wait, hold on. Move the coordinate system to one corner and name the object as coordinate with A, the horizontal side, and B, the vertical side. Additionally, we're going to find the coordinates of P in polar rotation at the distance R and angle theta. Where's theta? Oh, this. This gives you the distance R. This gives us the sine and cosine. Points inside is x is greater than equal to 0 and x less than or equal to a. And same thing for y. Wait, what is a? Oh. Okay, that is a very strange way to do it. I'm probably just gonna do the projection thing. But I don't feel like doing that right now. So I'm gonna raid zone right now. Start with that in the next time. This person's coding for 12 hours and hopefully speaks English. Does speak English. Great, let's rate this person. Okay. Thanks a ton for watching, everyone. Made a bunch of progress. Hopefully I'll be able to get this mouse over stuff working pretty soon. I will see you guys next stream. Mm-hmm.
Just wants to read it like it rhymes with the ruler. Which doesn't. It's still not being nice. What is happening here? Type error. Loading dynamically imported module. So that must be the... It rhymes with boiler. So it is Euler, yeah. Hello. Hello, Kaho speaks. Hey, Kogi. How goes? How was your stream? It's not being nice.
Mm.
Surprisingly productive. Oh, do tell. Okay, this is H1. That should be H1. That is H1. Where are my fonts at? Oh. I expected way more frustrating bugs. It's nice when things go well. What were you building? So, that is H1. Why am I not seeing any styles whatsoever? Working on OpenGL and the bugs are insanely undebuggable. A library for visualizing math. Oh, damn. It's at manim.community if you want to see. Community maintained Python library for creating mathematical animations. Check out examples in the docs. Okay. Cool. How far have you got to go? I don't have a bunch of notifications.
Mm.
It's Python, I'll pass. I understand this. I attempted Python once and I didn't take to it. I was just like, next. I'm not saying it's bad, I just didn't get into it.